Our planet is filled with so many picturesque places that it's pretty surprising that they even exist. Take freshwater lakes for example. There are plenty of places in different countries which have these incredibly clear water bodies akin to looking through glass. Sure, these places are few and far between, but that's what makes them so special and one of a kind. Here's a new bucket list for you. 12 of the most beautiful places where the water is crystal clear. Let's dive in. Number 12. Silfra Lake, Iceland. For the first one, we go to the Nordic country of Iceland in the North Atlantic Ocean. For a country which is so isolated from the rest of the world, it won't come as a surprise that Iceland has many natural gems of its own, which are rarely disturbed by human habitation. The Silfra Lake is worthy of being on this list for its crystal clear waters, but what makes it more interesting is how this lake came to be. The lake rests on top of two tectonic plates, namely the North American and Eurasian plates, and in 1789 these two diverged to form fissures. The fissure cut deep into the crust and opened up at an underground spring filled with glacial meltwater from the neighboring Langjökull glacier. Thanks to the continuous feeding of this meltwater, the Silfra Lake remains clear and clean all the time. It's become a popular diving and snorkeling spot and especially famous for being the only place in the world where you can swim between two tectonic plates. Hopefully you don't get crushed while diving here if these plates decide to move again. Number 11. Te Waikarepupu Springs, New Zealand. New Zealand is a country brimming with natural beauty. It's no surprise that it's featured on this list. Here's a mouthful to try. Te Waikarepupu Springs. It sounds exotic and exotic it is. Formerly known as Pupu Springs, this otherworldly spot is the largest freshwater spring in the entire country. This clear water, which is fed into the spring, spends about 10 years being filtered by the rocks around it. Due to its highly clear water, the scientific community from the National Institute for Water and Atmosphere conducted a few optical tests and discovered that the visibility of this spring was at an impressive 63 meters. If you ever visit New Zealand, definitely add this spot to your list among all the other wonderful spots this country has to offer. Number 10. Jiuzhaigou Valley Lakes, China. If you're looking for a naturally colorful lake to check out, the Five-Flower Lake in China would be your best bet. The Five-Flower Lake is unlike any other you've ever seen. At any given time, the lake is known to display at least 5 colors on its surface. And no, there's no paint involved, and the entire thing is orchestrated by the environment itself. The calcareous sediments at the base of the lake, a variety of algae which live on the water, and the colorful leaves of the neighboring forest all help create this beautiful natural palette. Millions of tourists come here every year to be enchanted by this colorful spectacle. If you come during the fall season, you're probably going to be even more impressed, since the fall colors of the leaves add an extra layer to this already colorful lake. Number 9. Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia. One of Croatia's UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the Plitvice Lakes are a natural wonder unlike anything else you've ever seen. This massive area of 70,000 acres is filled with tons of lakes and water, 16 lakes to be precise, and they're all interconnected. The water flows through all of the lakes while traveling through the Plitvice National Park and are even separated by upper and lower clusters, kind of like multi-layered lakes. Not only are they expansive and numerous, they're also incredibly colorful thanks to the algae and the minerals present. The color can vary from blue and gray to turquoise and green. Plitvice is one of the oldest and largest national parks in the country and attracts more than 1 million visitors every year. I think I know where I'm going next. Number 8. Ambergris Caye, Belize. Situated in the Caribbean Sea, Ambergris Caye is the largest island of Belize. Every year many tourists come to this island to partake in scuba diving. It's not surprising why people flock here to dive since the waters are clear and blue. Another major attraction is the Holchan Marine Reserve, which is just 1.5 miles off the coast of the island and covers 4,448 acres of coral reefs, seagrass beds and mangrove forest. If you're into snorkeling, this area is perfect for checking out a wide variety of local sea life. What a beautiful island nation. Number 7. Melisani Lake, Greece. Here's a place which is both beautiful and has a mythological story attached to it as well. The Melisani Lake in Greece is situated in the Kefalonia Island southwest of Sami. The water body is in fact part of a cave in the area, but Melisani Lake wasn't always out in the open. It's thought that a huge earthquake happened 20,000 years ago which opened up this cave, and what you see now is the Melisani Lake within it. The sunlight that floods into the underground cave lights up the water, bringing out its bluish hue. The water remains clear since the cave itself acts as a filter, which cleans out seawater which feeds this lake. Looks amazing, right? Number 6. Grüner See, Austria. Grüner See, or the Green Lake, is a fitting name for this water body because, well, it's green. It's not just green, but enchantingly green. Situated in Styria in southwest Austria, the Grüner See is a place which seems like something from a fairy tale. The emerald green waters are fed by snowmelt from the karst mountains and hence are incredibly clean and clear. Since the lake is fed exclusively by snowmelt, the water level varies depending on the season. During winters, it's shallow since the snow freezes, and during the warmer months, the lake fills up thanks to the snow melt. The lake was a popular diving spot for divers, but was banned in 2016 from fear of divers stirring up the sediments and making Grüner See murky. Now you can only enjoy it from the shore. Number 5. Rio Sucuri, Brazil. The Rio Sucuri in Brazil is a protected area within a national park and is worth every penny for a visit. The water here is very clear. The visibility here is over 50 meters on a clear day, which explains why this river is so transparent. Adding to the beauty are all the various colorful fishes and underwater plants which paint a very pretty picture. Number 4. The Philippines. The archipelagic country of Philippines is a clear water galore. There are so many different places here which will blow your mind that it's unfair to mention just one. For starters, the Hinatuan Enchanted River on the island of Mindanao presents its visitors with beautiful colors. The river is blessed with clear waters thanks to the deep springs originating from the forest. Another place worth mentioning is the Boracay Island, yet another example of a place with clear turquoise water. This island has attracted millions of visitors each year. Due to the heavy intake of tourists, the president had to shut down tourism temporarily to clean up the island. After the cleanup, the island was opened up again for outsiders, but with strict rules in place to ensure that the Boracay Island remains clean and beautiful. Finally, the Palawan Islands clearly need a mention, since these are one of the most popular spots in the Philippines. Palawan Archipelago is perfect for swimming with its clear ocean waters, the lively reefs, the wildlife sanctuaries, and the various UNESCO World Heritage Sites. You can even scuba dive here to see a site which has 12 Japanese shipwrecks from World War II. That's plenty of things for you to do in the Philippines. Number 3. Flathead Lake, Montana. The Flathead Lake in Montana is said to be the cleanest lake of its size in the world and is another example of a lake which is incredibly clear. The lake is fed by the surrounding rock mountains and consists of snowmelt. At its deepest, it's actually 370 feet deep, which is quite a lot. These images of people floating on its glassy clear surface sure makes you want to take a dip. Well, that's the largest natural freshwater lake in the western US for you. Number 2. Dorki River, India. Now moving to Asia, the Dorki River is considered as one of the cleanest rivers in India. Just look at this picture. It almost looks like a photoshopped image. The boat seems to be floating in the air, but there's no doctoring going on in this image. It's just the beauty and clarity of the Dorki River. The river is situated in the Indian state of Meghalaya, with its source starting at the eastern Shillong Peak. The river then flows between the Jantia and Khasi hills before making its way out of India into Bangladesh. If you're planning to visit this spot, it's best to plan your trip anytime before and after the monsoon season, since the heavy rains dirty the river and make it muddy. And if you're looking for the best spot to enjoy the magic of Dorki River, you can get on the nearby Dorki Bridge to enjoy the splendor below. Number 1. Blue Lake, New Zealand. For number 1, we need to be very picky. It needed to be the clearest of them all. The Blue Lake, located in the Nelson Lakes National Park in New Zealand, is the undisputed winner. It holds the rare title of being the world's clearest lake. A test in 2011 proved that it is the clearest natural body of fresh water in the entire world. What's more, it's got an incredible visibility as high as 80 meters. Due to its purity, it's considered sacred by the indigenous Maori tribe, and no one is allowed to take a swim in it. You can, however, enjoy the sight from the shore and even go for hiking and camping within the national park. So what do you guys think? Which lake seems the most tempting to swim in? Let us know in the comments. Before you leave, be sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe. Until next time, see ya!